on over the dusty part on the runoff area. He's lost half a second, but that's a first crack there for Hamilton. Remember, he's on older tyres. These hard tyres, they weren't lasting that long in the middle.
Okay, 5 laps remaining. Vettel has got a penalty for that collision.
Max Verstappen's tyres compared to Lewis Hamilton, but enough about tyres and offsets and undercuts and the like. It's about, can Hamilton hold off Max Verstappen with 5 laps to go? Verstappen has the DRS. He noses towards the inside into the braking zone at turn 1, but he's not going to be close enough. Hamilton just looking so gripless on the exit of the first corner. The sound you can hear is the Honda engine that powers the Red Bull up behind Hamilton. This is going to be a really, really tough one for Hamilton to hold on. Verstappen's just got so much more grip.
This is it now. Forget the pace, forget anything else. It's just going to be whether Hamilton can hold him off. He's within DRS range, and he shouldn't be going any further back now. Verstappen crawl over the back of the Mercedes for the race lead. Still, the Alfa Romeo is just ahead of him as well. That might now present Verstappen a nice opportunity.
Through the left-hander at turn 10, where Hamilton went wide last time. No such troubles this time around. Hamilton might get the DRS from the Alfa Romeo in front, but Verstappen is looking ominously close.
He might need it this time. He really might need it, because Verstappen's so close. DRS into turn 11, which he didn't have last time as Hamilton ran wide, and it just helps him stay closer through the final couple of corners. Hamilton's going to need some DRS here to hold him back. I don't think he's going to get it.
This looks like it might be the move for Max Verstappen down towards the final corner. Hamilton through the final corner to have just 4 laps to go, but Max Verstappen in the Red Bull is right behind him. He's in the slipstream of the Mercedes driver as they come charging down towards turn 1 at 200 miles an hour. Is this the move from Verstappen? Verstappen goes to the outside. Hamilton covers the inside line, and Verstappen is now going to try again as they come through turns 1, 2 and then 3 up the hill towards turn 4. He has the DRS again. Hamilton covers the inside line again. Verstappen to the outside in the Red Bull. Later on the brakes, the two go wheel to wheel, and Verstappen gets past. Brilliant overtake from the Red Bull driver, and he's into first position. He leads the Grand Prix. Hamilton down to second place. Closing stages on Sports Extra. Whoa, that was a great fight. That was really close. Hamilton did all he could to hold it in on the inside up into turn 4, but Verstappen just had the grip.
He made it as tricky as he could for Verstappen. He didn't have DRS from passing Giovinazzi. Oh, he's slowing. Verstappen's slowing.
Max Verstappen, now, did he pass Hamilton off the circuit? Is that what he's done? Did he pass Hamilton off the track, all 4 wheels over the white line, and he's given the place back to avoid a penalty?
Quite possibly. He did run wide. Hamilton barreled in speed. Yeah, Verstappen's up to speed again. Oh, big snap of oversteer into turn 13.
3 more laps.
I think maybe that's exactly what it is. I think you've called that spot on. He went wide off the track and didn't fancy incurring the wrath of the stewards, and he's going to try and do it again, but now suddenly he's got no rear grip, and Hamilton's back in the lead. He's got to do it again.
3 to go. Hamilton back in front of Verstappen. Down towards the first corner. Verstappen closing in very quickly, but he's not going to be as close this time around. He is still close, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's going to get the run out through turn 4 the way he did on the previous tour. So Hamilton leading the way. Verstappen in second, and the overtake won't happen this time around. 0.4 of a second between them. Smart, clever thinking from Red Bull, that, isn't it? Because that's the sort of thing that these stewards would not get around to looking at before the end of the Grand Prix, and you could have your win taken away from you.
He's not guaranteed it now.
So they're fighting at the front. It could get smelly. Maybe there's a position to pick up at the end.
Verstappen's going to get DRS on the exit of this corner, turn 10. Pop it open just to try and shut the gap to turn 11.
So they're fighting at the front. It could get smelly. Maybe there's a position to pick up at the end.
So Bottas being told the two are fighting at the front, but yeah, okay, they are, but let's focus on that rather than whatever Bottas's engineer thinks is smelly. We're going to have 2 to go as we come across the line this time, and Verstappen is close. He's 0.6 of a second between, well, 0.9 as they kite. It's just crept over a second. Verstappen might not quite get DRS this time.
He might not. Hamilton's just found a second win there, the second half of this lap. I don't know if Verstappen will get DRS. No, he doesn't.
Oh, 2 to go, and Verstappen only has one more shot at taking the win. What a fascinating...
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, no, I was ready for today. Sorry for that. Stop in front of the garage and switch off.
To try and fight back on the inside. Verstappen then went wide and took the place off the track, absolutely. But was he forced there? What would have happened if he stayed on the track? They'd have had contact. It all means that they've just donated the lead back to Lewis Hamilton, and he's going to have one lap to make it back. One big chance now for Verstappen to win this Grand Prix that he had under control for a short time.
Who? They both did.
They both had it. No one's had it under control until Verstappen made the move. He made the move, he was on the better tyres, he could have gone, but he gave the place back sportingly.
But where's the pace got? What, 7/10 back from Hamilton? Maybe just the dirty air from the back markers or something was helping Verstappen.
Sainz plus 1.3.
12 and then into 13. And we'll see if he's going to be close enough this time around. It's going to be a real stretch for Verstappen. Again, he hasn't got a great run out. He might not get DRS again. Hamilton might hold on to this one superbly and win the Bahrain Grand Prix. 1 to go. Verstappen's going to get DRS just about, but is he going to be close enough for a look into turn 4? Final lap of the race. Hamilton leading, Verstappen second, the charge down towards turn 1. Verstappen closing in the Red Bull, super late on the brakes, maybe too late on the brakes, still gets on the power, now comes up towards turn 4, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The final overtaking opportunity on the track. Verstappen is closing, shows his nose, Hamilton holds on. Half a lap to go now, and if Hamilton keeps it clean, he will win the Bahrain Grand Prix and the first race of 2021.
That decision may well come back to haunt Verstappen, to let Hamilton have the lead again. He's still so close through the middle sector. Hamilton's got to soak up this pressure. There's one more DRS spot to come after turn 10, but it's not into a conventional overtaking place.
Oh, Hamilton looked a little bit loose coming down through turn 10. The DRS opens for Max Verstappen. Hamilton is weaving around to try and block the slipstream like he's in Formula 2, doing everything possible to keep Max Verstappen behind. One of the most intense finishes. 3 corners to go, and Lewis Hamilton is back in front in Bahrain. Verstappen overtook him. Red Bull decided that he'd overtaken him illegally. They gave the place back to Hamilton, but Verstappen hasn't been able to fight back. Hamilton is holding off. They come down to the final corner. There's 2 car lengths between them. Hamilton turns through the final turn, comes towards the checkered flag, and wins the first race of 2021.
These laps have been quicker than Stroll, who's on the same tyre, so they're very good laps. Starting last lap, Mick, last lap.
Verstappen finishing in second, Bottas third, but Hamilton has got a really tough long season ahead of him, but he's won the first race of the year. Oh, what a remarkable Grand Prix. Bottas third, Norris will finish 4th ahead of Perez in 5th, Leclerc 6th, Ricciardo will just finish 7th ahead of Carlos Sainz. Sainz is only a second back, Tsunoda 9th, 10th for Lance Stroll. Bottas takes the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. We're getting a replay of that Hamilton-Verstappen moment, and yeah, the thing is with these stewards, would they have punished that? Like, who knows? And that's the risk, I guess, Red Bull didn't want to take.
So we'll take on the outside, the track.
Okay, for the moment, let Lewis through. And
that was Verstappen saying, let Lewis through. So that's a really interesting call from Red Bull.
They had faith that he would then.
Yeah.
They had faith that he'd pass him again. 3 more laps to pass him on better tyres. He made it stick once. And the way